Hey guys, this is Cheryl with Magical Melody, and I'm here with my week 28 pregnancy after a WLS update. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on January 5th, 2017 with Dr. William Steele at Tenova Healthcare, and so I'm over 2 years post-op. So this is my first and only pregnancy after bariatric surgery. I'm currently 28 weeks. The last time I came in here, my weight was 166, and today I was 167. So I really only gained 1 pound within the last month, which personally, that's what I would expect to see. There for a while, I was putting on a good 4 or 5 pounds every month, every time I would see, the doctor. That would be what it was, like, wow, that's an awful lot of weight. So over the last month, I have been trying to watch even closer with what I've been doing with carbohydrates and stuff like that to try and tweak everything. I guess I kind of put myself back in the weight loss mindset of things. Not that I'm trying to lose weight. I mean, it just put myself back in that mindset to make myself be a little bit more careful and see where there was anywhere else that I could improve upon. It definitely did help me to switch back to the almond milk, because being pregnant, I do drink a lot of milk. And so that was a good portion of where I was getting a lot of the calories. And I still drink about 1 to 2 protein shakes a day. This week I had the flu. So there were 2 days where I didn't really feel like eating, but I did still managed to get something down, just because it wouldn't be good for the baby for me not to try to eat something. So I'm just trying to work really hard on picking healthier food choices, even harder than what I was. I got the glucometer that the doctor ordered for me to test my blood sugar with. I've been monitoring that, and I'm all within normal range. He still wants me to go to this nutrition class that is for people who have gestational diabetes. So it's not even related to bariatric patients who are pregnant after their bariatric surgery and have gestational diabetes. So I really don't fit within the group of people that I'm gonna have to go to this class with, and I'm gonna look like a complete idiot. So they originally scheduled me for April the 2nd, so I just didn't go because my numbers are within normal range. I'm like, well, that's not, I don't need to go to that class. I mean, I don't understand why he wants me to go to that class. I'm not diabetic, and that doesn't have anything to do with me. I already followed the nutrition plan that was given me right before I had the surgery, and I follow the maintenance nutrition plan pretty closely. So I don't know why I would need to attend a class like that. Well, they said, well, Dr. Hamry wants you to go, or he's gonna look at you as incompliant. I'm like, wow, I'm not really trying to be incompliant. I'm just saying I don't need to be in that class. So the nurse just suggested, well, take your logs with you, make sure that you have something that you can put in front of them, letting them know that you're not diabetic, that you're just there because the doctor wants you to be there. I'm like, okay, I guess I can do that. So yeah, Monday morning I get to waste like a whole hour or 2 of my time when it could be used doing something a lot more constructive here at home. It's a nutrition class. I did see Dr. Steele last Friday, and he ordered some blood lab work. Since I have to go to the hospital Monday for this nutrition class, I'll go to the blood lab, I guess, that day. after after that class and go have my blood drawn to get his blood work. They did my 28-week blood work today, and I'm supposed to see my gynecologist again in 2 weeks. So I guess from here on out, it's going to be every 2 weeks that I see him until my last month, which is every week. I have another ultrasound coming up on May the 2nd, and as of right now, there's still no change with the placenta previa. I was seen on April the 4th, which was like the day before I turned 27 weeks pregnant. There was no change with previa. And then I asked them that day, I said, well, at what point are you going to start recommending there needs to be a C-section at this point? And she said, well, if you come back in on May the 10th, then, I mean, not May the 10th, I don't know why I said that. If you come back in on May the 2nd and there's still no change with it, we're going to recommend that there be a C-section at that point. And she let me know that I needed to let my doctor know that I was looking for permanent sterilization, because there's papers that you have to sign for that. And so if you don't sign it within enough time between now and the time that you deliver, you're not going to be able to get it done. So make sure that you let them know that. So I did that today. I signed that paper. So I can get a tubal ligation after I have the baby, because I don't want any more children. My husband is quite a bit older than me, and he definitely doesn't want any more children. And I really didn't want any more children after my third daughter was born, because they scheduled her eye surgery the same day that I was supposed to go and get it done. I just never called back to get it rescheduled, and now I wish I would have. I really do. Because now here we are almost 10 years later, and I'm getting ready to have another baby, and sometimes it scares me. Yeah, I'm excited, I'm happy. I mean, regardless of how the situation is, it's still my child. I'm still going to love my child, you know, regardless of what. But at the same time, I'm a little scared, because you know, having more children just it wasn't in the cards for us. You know, my youngest was 10 years old, and almost 10 years old this year, and I didn't really think about it. So I mean,
yeah, this thing's too tiny for me.
Never really thought that there would be any more children in our life. So I'm trying to figure out in my mind how does this play out? How does this fit into the picture? What's going to happen now?
Well, I'm going to get a stick,
you know,
maybe.
It's just a little bit scary. Yeah, overall, I'm excited. I've got almost everything that I need to have before he gets here. Almost everything taken care of. I still need like some baby blankets and some like bibs, and there's a couple other things that I need to get, but other than that, I can work on getting the rest of what I need after he's already here, like his crib, and I'm gonna need a playpen at some point. But those don't have to come right away, so I don't have to worry about that now. So I pretty much have everything. The only thing else that I would like to do is try to get some size 3 to 6 month clothes. I have a bunch of newborn size, and I have a bunch of 0 to 3 month size, but I'd like to get some 3 to 6, because you never know how fast babies are going to grow out of their clothes. I am on the subscriptions from Amazon, Subscribe and Save, and I have been getting diapers and wipes. So I got a couple of boxes of size 1 diapers, a couple of small packs of newborn size, and then starting next month I'm going to switch up to size 2. because that's going to save me some money later on if I don't have to worry about buying diapers. Buying diapers and wipes and all that can get kind of expensive after a while. So I thought, well, you know, the sooner I can subscribe and, you know, start getting some diapers, and that'll save me some coin later. So I've been doing that. This month my dad, no, was it last month? He bought me a changing table. It's like a fold-up changing table for the downstairs. So I have that, which is going to come in handy because, I mean, there are just a lot of times where with Michelle and Michaela that I wish that I had changing tables. I didn't have it with them. I had one with my first daughter. Had a changing table in her room, and I lived at the time in a small enough apartment where it wasn't too much for me to go from like the living room into her bedroom to change her. And believe me, I did use that changing table quite a bit, you know, until she was about a year old. It came in handy. It just really did. And I wished so many times that I would have changing tables when Michelle and Michaela were that little. So yeah, and anyway, at the ultrasound, they said the baby is around 2 pounds and 4 ounces, which they say that's about average. So they said that he's doing well. At the ultrasound, his heartbeat was 166, and today it was 160. So everything's fine. So I did get my hair highlighted. I don't know how much of it you can see outside, but I did get my highlights, and I'm liking it. I have another appointment on June the 1st that's supposed to help take care of some of the ends because the ends came out a little bit brassy, but it's definitely something different, and it has been getting a lot of compliments from people. It's definitely a switch from the dark violet reds that I usually go with, and I've been doing that for years. I just got tired of it, and I just decided that I needed something else. So but overall I'm pretty happy with, you know, what's going on. I'm not altogether happy with the fact that I'm gaining weight.
A tiger in this thing.
But you know, I guess it is what it is if you're pregnant, you know, if you're gonna gain weight. But I'm glad that I'm still under 170 pounds. I don't know what the doctor has my weight, and don't really care. And you need to leave because I said I'm making a video and you're interrupting.
No.
So anyway, I mean, I'm pretty happy with everything. I still have a lot of my regular clothes that I'm able to actually wear. I still look pretty good for a 28-week pregnant person, and I'm still happy, even though I'm gaining weight, that I'm still under 170 pounds. You know, because it's like this. I went through a lot of pain and agony and a lot of bullcrap to have the surgery, to lose all the weight, and all that crap. I can't afford to gain any more weight. I really cannot afford to gain any more weight. So if I can prevent it from now until the end of this pregnancy, I'm going to, because I don't need to be, before you know it, like 180 pounds and gain nearly half of the weight that I lost back just because of being pregnant. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. So I don't really need to have to worry about having to like lose all that weight all over again after I worked so dang hard to get it off in the first place. I mean, like, the last thing that I need, especially with my history, is to have to worry about having a baby and then not be able to lose the weight. mean, in the past, I've gotten pregnant before, gained a whole crap ton of weight, and then wasn't able to lose it after I had the baby. Which was part of the reason why I had weight problems and I had the surgery anyway, because my weight just kept going up from there. Every time I would lose like 20 or 30 pounds, I would just gain it back. So, you know, I really don't need, you know, the downfall. I don't really need the bump in the road. I need to be able to have this baby and lose all the weight and have my body back the way that it was before I got pregnant. Period. Point blank, cut dry. I mean, I know that's not going to happen right away. I would expect that probably a good portion of the rest of the summer after I have him, I'll be a little bit on the chunky side, just because after you have a baby, like from your rib cage all the way down to your hip, you look something like the Pillsbury Doughboy. So there's gonna have to be a lot of adjustments for my body to make, and you know, to make that happen. I'm gonna be wearing a lot of binders and compression things to help make my waistline go back the way that it used to be, and I'll use a lot of those wraps from It Works to help me accomplish that also. So I have things in my corner that I can utilize to help me achieve those. You know, so it'll be easier. It'll be easier than it would otherwise be if I just put on like 50 pounds because of being pregnant. You know, you don't need to put on 50 pounds to have a healthy baby. You really don't. So I would be pretty mad if that's what happened. I really would be. So anyway, that's really about all I had for this update. I'll be coming back in probably on, well, I see my gynecologist on the 30th, and then my ultrasound is May 2nd. So probably after the ultrasound is when I'll be back to update you on more things. I'm sorry that my daughter kept making noise in the background. I asked her several times to please be quiet, because, you know, she was in my video and being kind of rude, I felt like. So I apologize for that. It seems like with her, every time I go somewhere to have a few minutes by myself, she is just the type where she tends to kind of follow me. Doesn't seem to understand that sometimes moms need their personal space. But anyway, thanks for watching, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe and you can give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And a side note, I did update 2 brand new swimming pool videos for those of you who subscribe to my channel because of my swimming pool. And I know that last summer I only did 1 update all summer long. I just really didn't have a lot going on with the swimming pool that I felt that was really good enough to talk about, and I just never came in to do any swimming pool updates. As you know, at the end of the season, the pool was rusted out so bad that it was gonna fall apart. I don't know how we didn't recognize that it was that rusted, because it was falling apart as I was taking apart the top pieces. And I was like, wow. But that's, I know why that happened too. It's because I put a saltwater system on there, and you're really not supposed to do that to a metal frame pool or a metal pool. Ideally, a salt system is for a resin pool. But Intex sells saltwater systems, and mine was an Intex for my Intex metal frame pool. And the saltwater system lasted me 2 seasons. Well, it would have lasted 3, but by like, I think May or June of last season was when it quit working on me. But I very quickly realized that it's like a lot cheaper to switch back to chlorine tablets and switch back to just the shock bags and stuff. I don't really use shock bags. I just use like the chlorine granules, because the bags of shock is all it is chlorine granules. So you can save yourself a lot of money by just buying a canister of granules and stuff some of that in there every now and then. It's actually a lot cheaper, because I spent $59 last summer on a bucket of I think a 25-pound bucket of chlorine, and it lasted me all summer, and I still got some of it left over from last summer. I got some of them in my pump filter basket right now. So we're spending a lot more money on liquid chlorine. I felt like still had to come out here, and you still got to add chlorine, but still it's a lot more work too, because you got to run all these tests on your water and all this and that, whereas otherwise if you're running just regular chlorine, this is not as much work. It's just not. And I didn't realize when I got a saw system how much work it would actually be. But anyway, yeah, it turns out that my whole problem and my whole headache with that pool was the fact that I didn't have a wall skimmer on it. You gotta have a wall skimmer. I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody has to say. You run a pool like that, like a soft-sided pool, they don't give you a skimmer that comes with it. You have to go out and buy your own. And then those manufacturers tell you their skimmers won't work on a soft-sided pool. They do work. You can install one on a soft-sided pool just as easily as you can. And actually, it wasn't that easy to install. People on YouTube make it look real easy to install a wall skimmer on one of those pools. But me and my husband had actually quite a bit of trouble getting it installed on this pool. And I'm so glad we did. It was every bit worth the headache, and it was worth the money that it costed to put on there. Like I said, you just can't do anything with a swimming pool without a skimmer. It makes your vacuuming harder. It makes it harder to get all the floating debris off. And the one thing I will say though is the skim around that I got last summer does work. Skim around does work. However, it's $129, and there's too much usage of our swimming pool in the summertime for it to actually work, because skim around floats out to the center of your pool from your intake, and it always had to be removed from the swimming pool before anybody could get in. And my girls are out here, including myself, are out here during the summer for hours and hours at a time in that pool. We're out in that swimming pool for 4 and 5 hours a day. So it's kind of hard for a skimmer like that that's made to float out in the center of your pool to catch debris, for it to actually work, because if your swimming pool is getting a lot of use, you can't use stuff like that. So I very quickly noticed within less than 2 days of having my wall skimmer how much junk is able to get off the top of the water. And believe me, this pool for some reason collects a lot of junk. It's just, I guess the way the wind blows and gets it in there, I don't know. But anyway, so that's all I had for this video. And again, thanks for watching. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. And you guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.